See, I'm setting up my movies. This is my little DVD player from the Kmart. And here we have The Flash. And it's the Flash I wanted to talk about. Because somebody was talking about Deadpool and Wolverine and the multiverse stuff, and we've seen it through Spider-Man, we've seen it through we're gonna see it through this movie, and we've seen it through The Flash. But the Flash movie was a lie. Because we never really go back to George Clooney and Ezra Miller as the Flash. I don't even know if Ezra Miller would guest star in James Gunn's universe because it's really about James Gunn's universe. Okay, Superman and Lois is ending, right? There's no new plans as far as I can tell. I don't know if My Adventures with Superman is going to continue anymore. Cape Crusader is going to come out. They have these little animated things. But as far as live action goes, um, I know James Gunn established an Elseworlds, but it's really about James Gunn's universe. The Batman Part 2 is coming out in what, 2 years? Fucking 2 years. They have the Penguin series, which will bridge the gaps. Okay, so there's no other series. They canceled a lot of series, and just have the Penguin. So basically, Colin Farrell is the star of the miniseries. I still have yet to see Total Recall, his version of Total Recall. I wonder what that's all about. But you've got you've got one series for the Batman for Penguin, and then you got the part two with Clayface, and that's about it. Joker two, which is I could say full, but Joker two rolls off the tongue a lot easier than the French subtitle. There's not much else, is there? I mean, there's not much else. There's no tribute to the. I think Tyrone Magnus reacts a lot to his stuff, but one thing he said that I agree with wholeheartedly is that you don't need to reboot the universe. Just fix what's already. If something is broken, just fix that, right, and make it better. That's all you have to do. So with the Flash, um, there was supposed to be more, but James Gunn wants to make sure, as far as live action goes, I mean, there's no new animated series, just a limited series. I mean, with Cape Crusader, with the all-star cast, it has to be a limited series. My Adventures with Superman may conclude at some point. So what's there to look forward to? What's there to look at? After Superman and Lois, it really will be over with all the live action. What you had, and I don't like Toby Emmerich, and I don't like some of the people, some of the other people in charge, but you really had a lot of effort 10 years ago. If you go back 10 years ago or 12 years ago, okay, you had a real effort. Smallville started something, I think. And maybe it was because of Smallville that maybe Christopher Nolan got his Batman movie out there. Maybe it was Smallville, because I was watching Talkville this morning. Smallville really got a lot of things going, okay? Smallville and then the Batman movies, right? And I don't have Batman The Dark Knight Rises because I don't consider that to be a real. I consider this to be the last movie, The Dark Knight, right? And then you get to Superman. Somewhere between, I've accepted most. If you watch, so I mean, this is the order of movies, okay? You watch these movies here in an order, right? Let Wonder Woman be later on, after Batman v Superman. And then you have forget the Suicide Squad. Just watch this one. This is the best Suicide Squad stuff. But James Gunn is just going to handle most of this stuff now. What is it? Was it Commandos, Creature Commandos? And then he's going to get into his own live action stuff. It's just, I don't give a shit. But the whole purpose of The Flash was to establish that you could have multiple versions of something now, from back then and then now. But James Gunn doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about. He wants only his stuff. There are no more Elseworlds. Just whatever James Gunn wants to put out. So that's why I'm backed out. You know, he's not going to give you a choice, because if there was a better version of Superman that could be done, whether with Henry Cavill or not, why would James Gunn allow that to happen? If there's a better version of Blue Beetle or better version of Aquaman or whatever, but why allow it, right? Not letting Nathan Fillion be Hal Jordan, what's that about? I mean, he could be Hal Jordan. Let him be Hal Jordan. Why does he need to be Guy Gardner? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. They're not. I mean, I think they're trying to do the series They're trying to do a live action TV series with Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern. But if this movie has not established that it's okay to have multiple versions of the same character, then what are we doing here? What is that about? You know, Spider-Man could establish multiverse. Deadpool and Wolverine could establish multiverse. What is it? Everything All at Once could establish a multiverse of some sort. Why can't we do this for here? Why are we wasting our time with this? It's silly. So the multiverse doesn't even fucking matter because it's just going to be another. All it is another generation of here's James Gunn's stuff, as opposed to when you go back to Richard Donner's stuff and then Tim Burton's stuff. It's just another administration. There are not going to be multiple Supermans and multiple Batmans and multiple Flash in live action. And if there is anything like that, it's a commercial or a one-off. And no more. Don't ask any more questions. We moved on back to James Gunn's stuff. That's it. So in some ways, I'm not looking forward to Batman Part 2. I'm looking forward to Joker 2 because it's coming out in 2.5 months. But I just don't care now. Like, this is what it's become. It's become whatever. And James Gunn doesn't give a shit. I mean, like, he makes a mockery of the comic book genre. And he gives these magic 8-ball answers to the fans who are like jumping up and down. I'm like, I don't care. So that's why I guess in my old age and what I focus on, I just focus on other things. So I guess I'm rehashing the same points that I've said before, but the Flash movie didn't do what I thought it would do, and we thought it would do, which is to say, oh, there are multiple versions of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman in live action and cartoon. No, that's fine because that was the purpose of this movie. No, the purpose of this movie was just to wrap it up and say we're done, because James Gunn's going to do his version of things and only his version. So, whatever you were looking forward to from this point, forget about it. Forget about it.